Hi, it's Stacey HIRVELA from Proven Winners Color Choice Shrubs. It's early August here in Michigan, and I wanted to take you kind of on a walkthrough of all of our panicle hydrangeas. Now, panicle hydrangeas, or Hydrangea paniculata, are some of our most popular plants. I honestly don't think we could possibly put enough content out there about them. But I wanted to make this video so you could see each one in our trial and display gardens and really get a sense of what it's going to look like in your yard and what makes each one unique and special. So we're going to start with the original and still classic limelight hydrangea. As you can see, this is a large full-size panicle hydrangea. It gets to be 6 to 8 feet tall and wide, so it's a pretty sizable plant. And what makes this unique is it was one of the first ones to come out in the US that starts green, ages to cream, and then goes green again before starting to turn a pink burgundy color in fall. You can see that it has very nice large flowers, good sturdy stems. You can see it's not flopping or laying on the ground. This makes a fantastic cut flower, but in fact all of our panicle hydrangeas do make a good cut flower. And you know, this is the plant that you see everywhere when you're driving around neighborhoods in the summer, and it's a great choice really for just about anywhere. It's also our most heat tolerant panicle hydrangea. So if you're in Florida or Texas or something like that, limelight is a great choice for you, but it's an equally great choice if you are up in the north because it's also very hardy down to USDA Zone 3. And that's really true of all of our panicle hydrangeas. So I'm just going to turn and show you this one just to the east of the limelight I just showed you. This is quickfire hydrangea. Now, a couple of things you'll notice about this, it's also a full-size one, 6 to 8 feet tall and wide, but you can see it's a little bit on the shorter side, a little bit smaller than the limelight there. Maybe grows a little bit more slowly. This is a lace cap panicle hydrangea. Now, that's not something that you see very often, but all that really means is that it has a higher proportion of these star-like scented fertile florets than of these papery, showy, sterile florets. So that means it's really good for pollinators. It really just comes down to a matter of personal preference, which one you like better. But what makes quickfire hydrangea really distinctive and special, and one of my very favorites of all of the ones we offer, is that it is the earliest blooming panicle hydrangea. So if you compare looking at limelight, which we just did, that's just getting started here in early August. Quickfire is always in bloom for us here in Michigan by 4th of July. So it's a really great season extender. And not only does that early bloom mean you get to get flowers earlier in the season, it also means it's going to get color earlier in the season than other panicle hydrangeas will. Earlier bloom, earlier color. This color that you see, this develops as the blooms age. It develops naturally. It doesn't matter what your soil pH is. But that's what makes this one really, really unique. And I love this one. I think it has the nicest foliage. It also has really good fall color. And I love planting for pollinators. And as I'm standing here looking at this thing, it's absolutely covered in honeybees and native bees and other insects like that. So I think this is a really great choice if you're looking for something different, or you want to be sure that you're going to see the blooms, like say you travel later in the season, and especially if you live in a colder climate, because a lot of times if you live in a cool area, the summer is simply not long enough for you to get those blooms. So here you're assured to get blooms that you're going to enjoy early in the season, and this is going to persist all the way through frost. So the panicle hydrangea next to me here is Firelight. And Firelight is a hydrangea that we introduced maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. And what we loved about this hydrangea, besides of course the fact that it passed our tests for strong stems and being easy to grow and hardy and reliable, is that it has these big full flowers and that they take on color early. When a lot of people buy a panicle hydrangea in the store, they think that it's going to automatically flower pink, and it will turn pink, but all of them start white or green. But the nice thing about this is, as you can see, even though it's early August, this is already starting to take on these beautiful flushes of a nice pink red color. And eventually, by the end of this month, these will be completely red. Now, as you can see, Firelight is a pretty large plant, so this is going to be on the 6 to 8 foot range. So it's a good one if you have a lot of space. And really nice, large, dark green leaves, disease resistant, very easy to grow, of course. And Firelight is a great choice if you're looking for big, showy, powerful blooms that take on color early in the season. So this gorgeous thing next to me here is Zinfandel hydrangea, panicle hydrangea. And a couple of things that make this one distinctive. Number one is it's about a medium-sized one. So the other ones I've shown you in this video have all been really full-size, 6 to 8 feet tall after 7 years. even taller than that potentially as they get older. Whereas Zinfandel is going to top out in the 4 to 6 foot range. So it's a really nice, useful size that kind of fills a niche that no other panicle hydrangeas do. Now, obviously we picked this because it has nice, strong stems, as you can see here, even though we've had a couple of heavy rainstorms lately. Big, gorgeous, full flowers, mop head flowers. And what's really unique about this one is you can't quite see it yet. This is going to develop as the season goes on, and it's still only early August here in Michigan. You can see there's still lots of flowers to come. But this one starts to take its color from the bottom to the top. So it kind of has a shaded or ombre effect where it starts pink and then just slowly that color creeps up. So you have almost like an ice cream cone look, and really that nice two-toned effect. So this is one of the most colorful panicle hydrangeas you can choose for your landscape. Now, this magnificent beast next to me is Pinky Winky Hydrangea. This one came to us from Belgium, and the breeder wanted us to name it after his kid's favorite television show, which at the time was Teletubbies. So it was going to be called Tinky Winky, but we convinced him to call it Pinky Winky because one of the things that's really distinctive about this is the flowers develop a fantastic pink color. The thing that makes Pinky Winky different from any of the other panicle hydrangeas that we offer is the flower size. Look at this thing. As you can see, this is like almost 18 inches tall from here to here. It's absolutely gigantic. And another thing I really love about Pinky Winky is its stem strength. These stems are, I'm not even joking you, they're like rebar. They're so thick and so sturdy, and they really hold these giant blooms up really nice and high for a great look like this. This is a big plant. I think it's probably the biggest, maybe second only to limelight. So this is a plant you're going to want to have some room for. You'll also notice that, like Quickfire, Pinky Winky is a lace cap panicle hydrangea. So you see that the blooms have this kind of space in them where you can clearly see these papery sterile florets and these fragrant star-like fertile florets. Those are full of pollen and nectar. So the nice thing about lace cap hydrangeas is that they attract pollinators because they could easily access these nectar-rich and pollen-rich florets. So Pinky Winky is a great choice if you have some space and you absolutely demand enormous flowers, super strong stems, and a fantastic show every year. So I hope you enjoyed this video and got to know these plants a little bit better and that it helped make your decision a little bit easier. I know it can be hard to decide because they're all so fabulous. At least now you know what makes each one unique and what might make it the perfect fit for your landscape. Now, like I said, we have tons of resources on panicle hydrangeas on the Proven Winners website. So you can go to provenwinners.com, search panicle hydrangeas, or we're going to link some of our favorites, including our ultimate guide to panicle hydrangeas, which tells you just about everything you would want to know about these fantastic, easy to grow, almost foolproof hydrangeas in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and happy hydrangeas. Don't forget to click like and subscribe.